On this YouTube channel we have covered quite a bit of tech for your webinar, but there is one very essential part that we haven't covered yet. So it's time to light up this place, because today we are going to talk about the Letgo E268 C2 bicolor set. Like I said, can somebody please turn on the lights? Much better. Like I said, today we are going to talk about the Letgo E268 C2 bicolor set, a staple for your live webinar studio. From my experience as a broadcast operator, it is safe to say that these are one of the most used lights in a modern studio, especially for live streaming. So let's dive in and see why these lights are used in so many professional studios in comparison to the standard softboxes. Now, before I get very techy, some non-technical reasons on why these lights are so great. The first one is that they are sold as a set, most of the time. This is great. If you don't have much experience with studio lighting, this set will give you everything you need to create an epic webinar. In this set you will find the following items: 2 bicolor large LED lights, 2 Letgo portable light stands, 2 light handles and 1 carrying case. Another reason is the size of the lights. The standard softboxes can be quite impractical and most of all huge. Most studios and filming locations aren't as big as they seem on camera. And sometimes they're actually pretty small, so you could imagine the lighting situation with a person very close to the softbox. Blinded by the lights. Anyone? If you are confused or you don't know the size of a standard softbox, let me show you a quick comparison. As you can see in this comparison, the Letgo light is much smaller than the softbox. The less non-technical reason on why you should use these lights for your webinar is that they are very easy and fast to set up. With the Letgo set you also get 2 tripods, a great set to use in your webinars. And if you don't use the tripod, you can use the handle that comes included with the set, great for when you need to move around during your recording. Setting up a softbox isn't an easy task if you don't know what you are doing or if you do it for the first time. There are a lot of different softboxes, each with different steps to set it up. Alright, let's take a look at how long it takes to set up the softbox versus the Letgo light. So, start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go! That was a hassle. Now it's time for the Letgo light. Do I need to say more? Other than that this carrying bag comes included with the set? Alright, with that said and done, let's take a look at this set through the lens of a broadcast operator. This light is powered through a 15-volt cable that comes included with the kit. This isn't the only option. On the back of the light you can see that there are 2 battery connectors. Now, we don't use the batteries for these lights, but we use it for the smaller Letgo light for our DSLR camera. This light works the same as its big brother, except where the standard light has 2 turning knobs, this one has small buttons to control the settings. Next thing I want to talk about is in the title, bicolor. Light is measured in temperature. And I hear you think, well, my light has an on and off switch and not a thermometer. The standard method for measuring light is Kelvin and is notated with a capital K. These lights have a range from 3200K to 5600K. To put it simply, 3200K is warm light, meaning that the light has this warm feeling to it. And 5600K has this cold feeling to it, perfect for a serious or technical message. Here, let me show you. Yes, but before we do that, we have to solve a little problem. We have to set up the Letgo set, and I'm going to start with the tripod. Now, as you may already noticed, the legs of this tripod are folded to the inside. not to the outside. And the reason for that is that it is much smaller this way and it is easier for you to store. But for now, we're going to set it up. So twist this turning knob right here, fold out the legs, and I usually set it around the midway point, which is about here. So make sure to turn it until it is tight. Always remember lefty loosey, righty tighty. And then we're going to set the height for the tripod as well, and we do that with 3 turning knobs as well. Once the tripod is up, it's time to add the light. And once again, there's a turning knob on the light. And the light should fall right into place over the tripod. So you don't have to push it, just let it fall. And if it doesn't fall, just turn it around a bit until it does. Make sure to tighten this as well. And now we're going to add the power. Put in the cable. And now repeat it because there are 2 lights in this set. Time lapse. And there's one knob that I forgot about, and that's this one right here. If you turn this knob, you can set the light, so you can point it down or point it up or just set it straight or a bit like this, whatever is necessary. Now I'm going to set up the lights to the logo. When I set up these lights, I always put them against them so I can exactly see when they have around the same height. A small tip. Alright, so I set up the set to the logo, and now it is time to demonstrate those color temperatures. And I'm going to start with 3200 Kelvin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the light, set it to 33 or 3200, excuse me, and let's just set it up to 100. So no dim, just full light. I'm going to do that with the other light as well. Yeah, so 3200 and 100 full. Now, as you can see, we have created quite a warm image and even a bit yellow because of the white in our logo. So let me just take a picture real quick and show you how this looks. So this is 3200K and full light, so no dim at all at 100% full. It is also possible to dim this light a bit, so let's keep them at 3200K, but dim it to around 20%. And that picture would look like this. So now let's take a look at the 5600K settings. So I'm going to turn on the lights again, and I'm going to twist it all the way up to that 5600. Let's put this one up to 100 as well. So 100 and 5600K. Now, like I said before, the 5600K setting is perfect for a serious or a technical message. And we've created quite a cold and technical setting here because our logo is blue and we are a tech company. And I put very cold light at 100% on it. And I think this is better for our logo than the more warmer and more emotional light of 3200K. So I think this is better, and in a picture it would look like this. And now let's dim this light to about 20% and see what happens. Now the light is at 20% and the picture looks like this. But those color temperatures are not your only option. You can pick something in the middle. One of my personal favorites is 4200. So let's set it to 4200. And I like to think about these color temperatures, so 3200K and 5600K, as salt and pepper. Because I like salt and I also like pepper, but I don't like a whole lot of pepper or a whole lot of salt in my food, of course. And I think you know where this is going. If you mix the two and you mix it a bit, you can get some quite nice flavors, or in this case, colors. So let's put it up to 4200, I'm sorry. And let's set this one to 100, so no dim. 4200 as well, and 100. And as you can see, we've created quite a mixed type of light without any dim. And this picture would look like this. And let's dim this one as well. But instead of 20, I'm going to go with 50 for this one. And this is the picture on 4200K and 50% dim. And if you ask me, that's a pretty nice picture. To control these settings, you have to twist the dial on the right. And luckily for you, the temperatures are located next to the dial, so you know which way to turn. The options you have between 3200K and 5600K are between units of 100. Now, maybe you already saw that there is another dial on the light. This is for the brightness, also known as the dim option. Now, because every webinar setup is a masterpiece of its own, I can't give you the golden tip to create the perfect light setup. But here are some tips that may help you for your webinar. Don't use the setup you used yesterday. Weather, people and locations can change from day to day. Experiment. Use different settings to see if you can improve on your current setting. It's just 2 turning knobs anyway. Check your camera settings to also control the light settings a bit. If the room is very dark, but the lights are on 5600K and on 100%, there's probably something wrong with your camera settings. But be aware, your lights are, besides the sun, the most important source of light during your webinar. Don't forget to light the background as well. Pretty self-explanatory, right? And that's it. If you enjoyed this video and you want to learn more about webinars, on how to host them, what gear to use and what it's like to work at a tech startup, subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click like on this video and hit the notification bell. And let me know, what is your favorite light setup in your webinar? Thank you so much for watching and see you on the next one. Bye!